Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy St. Patty's Day. This is Lainey Savante Wilkin here on a wonderful, wonderful show Zeta Global Radio is producing today, because this is one of my absolute babies to be sharing with you, the greater audience, what I'm doing when I'm not on air, and that's honorably being part of the Holistic Chamber of Commerce here in Southwest Florida. And of course, we have the Holistic Chamber of Commerce that is across the country, to all of those who are listening, and of Canada. And for all of you to know that actually the founder, Camille Leon, is going to be coming here on ZGR in next coming weeks to talk about the whole organization in general. But today, we're talking about what we're doing here in Southwest Florida, because it is a first annual health and wellness fair that me and my phenomenal local team here are putting together to showcase what our three chapters here in Fort Myers, here in Cape Coral, and Naples are doing to showcase the absolute gifts and wisdom that is our membership. So I thought what would be best is to introduce you to two very, very pivotal people who are part of the production, part of the leadership team, have their own very successful holistic conscious businesses, to share more about what they're doing to be part of this wonderful health fair and why you should be attending the Crown Plaza on April 6th. So here we go. Let's start off with Deb Martine. She's the co-owner of the Lotus Blossom Clinic, and she's going to tell you all about what happens at Lotus Blossom Clinic. And she's also my VP here in Fort Myers, and she's doing an amazing job being the Director of Community Education, which are our panels that we put together with four wonderful, wonderful experts that are in our membership to really bring forward different perspectives. I'll let her explain more about that. So welcome to the show, Deb Martine.
Well, thank you. Yes, and I am ever so delighted to be a part of this organization. When I was first introduced to the idea that such a thing was happening in our local area, I jumped right on it, came over, saw the capabilities that Lainey brought as the president of this organization, saw the scope of possibilities that are available to all of us as we come together, all of those who are doing holistic-minded, conscious living, awareness-assisted products and services, and how we can be a real force for good as we come together. I just got so excited. So Lotus Blossom Clinic, just to give a quick background on that, we have been here in Southwest Florida for 12 years. The center of this whole piece has been my husband as a doctor of Chinese medicine, and so he does acupuncture and other Chinese-related modalities. We have he's been doing that since 1998, actually. So we now have something that's grown from one individual in the office, and to now we have over 15 of different kinds of holistic providers who come in and serve the local population. So we are a holistic wellness center offering Chinese medicine. We offer lifestyle medicine, which incorporates a number of things, starting with what you eat. Food is medicine, is a component of that. And movement medicine is a component of that. Those things are critical to our whole body, mind, and spirit. We have yoga classes, we have Qigong, we have dance-inspired and Asian-inspired movement classes. It's just really quite fun.
A lot of the wonderful practitioners at Lotus Blossom Clinic are members now, and that's exciting to see. There really hasn't been something here before that's housing everybody. How were people networking before Holistic Chamber came about?
It was much more of an individual thing. People were out there individually networking in the various organizations, the regular Chamber of Commerce, business networking groups that meet in the morning, and that's how it was being done. Certainly going to like-minded places, churches, other groups who would meet to have meetings with readings and health fairs and psychic fairs, and those kinds of places people met. and then just networking amongst their neighbors. So this is a wholly different platform. And again, as I repeat, it's important as we come together, we are a bigger voice, we're a bigger presence, we are more noticeable. We can do bigger things together, like the Health and Wellness Fair. There's a huge need for this kind of thing in the area. There have been events like this in the past that were very successful. I'm not certain why they stopped happening, but there's been nothing like this for years here in the Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Naples area. So we're just very excited to be on board with this, to be helping to promote it. And my specific component of that is really these power panels. The Health and Wellness Fair has 5 power panels. They're aging vibrantly. They're mindful meditation and spirituality. They're natural health and beauty. Food is medicine. And the last one, safe and effective weight loss solutions. So a lot of different topics that people can come, sit down for 45 minutes, hear a panel of experts, and they're often from very different fields of expertise. And it's really a gathering of the minds. It's sharing ideas and empowering information with the community, sharing hope and paths to create a new future. It's for everyone's health. It's for the health of our parents, our children, our neighbors, our coworkers, everyone around us, moving ourselves into a better place of mind, body, spirit balance and joy. So it's about embracing the whole person.
Yeah, it is. I remember back, it seems like so long ago, when we originally were coming together and sharing our respective desires to let people know about how there are plenty of other ways to treat something, to help heal, to support, maybe not replace, but to be part of someone's health journey. And we both had a passion to do these panels. And it's now proven, since we've now done them monthly and we'll continue them throughout the year. And of course, you guys can always check any of our holisticchamberofcommerce.com websites to find out about that. You just do holisticchamberofcommerce.com/Fort Myers or Naples or Cape Coral. But what are you feeling now that we've done some of these panels? What I'm feeling in the sense that there are many people who just didn't know there were so many different ways to approach something. It's been wonderful. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Some of the comments we get, they're inspired to think about travel, for example, under their health. And there are a number of statistics from truly valid forms of science research studies that indicate, for example, you can have 33% less heart attacks if you're taking vacations because it unlocks us, it unplugs us, we're in a different space, we're able to learn, to relax, to enjoy. Those are the things that vacation can bring for us, a reset. So people may not have thought of that in terms of their actual health and longer-term wellness. And the panel this last week, which was on overcoming trauma, the fascinating piece that came out to me and to many other people was there were people on the panel who were they were hypnotherapists, they were past life archaeologists, which is looking at past life regression. They were shamans. There were theta healer. These were different modalities that all help to get to another place of consciousness and shift those beliefs. Now, this is rooted in cognitive psychology. So this is well known, well accepted in Western medicine. And each of these ladies who were on this panel of 4, our panels are always panels of 4 experts, each of them had come from their own backgrounds, and several of them from like clinical psychology or psychotherapy. They came from these backgrounds and they sought something beyond them that would be more effective. And so they're actually getting into the changing of belief systems. And for some of the people in the audience, this was a very new concept, to get past the talking therapy idea to overcome trauma. So it's a very powerful forum to empower people in the community to understand they have many different choices, and they're not all exclusive either, because each of those panelists, pretty much in their own turn, said there's a marriage here of integrative medicine. There are things that need to happen from the Western side, and there are things that need to augment or move that forward, move it into the future and the further healing and the complete healing that will address oftentimes a root cause that the Western medicine did not address because it was not defined there. It's our medicine is very complementary as two pieces that can work together.
Well, it's perfect that you would say that, because my next comment was going to talk about how last week, of course, we had the founder of Natural Awakenings on, Sharon Bruckman, and how she has been that pioneer to give people, through her magazine and the advertisers and the editorial and the stories that she's done for 25 years. And I encourage everyone to go back and listen to that show, alternative perspectives, different thoughts. And so that, too, is such a complementary marriage to what we're doing here at Holistic Chamber of Commerce across the country, but of course right here in Southwest Florida, and how we are also being that wonderful outreach and giving people so many different ways that they are waking up. It's not just the red and blue pill anymore. It's not just you have to do what the doctor tells you. And even as we're seeing, and we're blessed that we even have the partnership of Heatlth, they're a member, and that whole system here is all the hospitals, but they even have their own health and wellness centers with meditation and Reiki and acupuncture. In fact, your husband, do you want to just share what he does for Heatlth?
Yes, he is working at the Regional Cancer Center here in Fort Myers. This cancer center was built about 10 years ago, and it has been primarily on the standard oncologists and radiation therapies, but they have been open to beginning to bring in some of the other health-related, future-forward-thinking, it's sometimes called alternative, but it's very complementary medicine. Acupuncture and massage are now a component. They have meditation classes. They're doing various things now, bringing those to the forefront along with the Western medicine.
Just amazing. And I think, that was well said, and that really exemplifies and models what we'll be doing at the Health and Wellness Fair, which is truly bringing forward ancient practices along with modern technologies, along with demonstrations where you can actively participate right here on our panel. On our patio. We're going to have a movement patio of different activities from yoga and qigong, and of course muscle tuners, and we'll be interviewing Heather next when we take a break, Heather Phillips from Muscle Tuners International. So it's really an opportunity for those who keep hearing the coin word plant-based eating, and what is that all about? You're going to hear, see, feel, taste, dance, move, laugh, cry, really take in this wonderful health and wellness fair that we are absolutely thrilled to be part of. Both Deb Martine and her team and Dr. David at Lotus Blossom Clinic, they'll have a booth, and we have a lot going in, as you can see. And then, of course, we can go to Facebook. Encourage you to go there. There is a Facebook event going. But just as we close out here and take a break, it's April 6th. At the Crown Plaza in Fort Myers, which is in the Bell Tower area, and it'll be from 10 to 5. Any last thoughts, Deb, you want to share with our audience?
Well, just that if you miss out on this event, you're going to be sorry. And so I would say make the time. There's so much activity, so many possibilities, so many great people that you will meet. The energy of the environment will be healing. It will be inspiring on many levels. and you'll learn things, you'll experience things that just are unique in the area. So it's a festival of love, mind, body, spirit, healing, connections. I'm just really jazzed about it.
Me too. So again, April 6th here in Fort Myers. You can go online and learn all about it. We will definitely be posting it on our websites and our Facebook pages. And you can also learn more about Deb Martine and her incredible clinic with several practitioners for wonderful good of your body, mind, and soul at lotusblossomclinic.com. Deb, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for helming, leading, and doing all that you do for the Chamber. I'm just so excited at what we're doing now and what, like you said earlier, what the possibilities bring for everything that we've got going on for our community here.
Thank you. I'm so happy to have been here. Thank you.
All right. We're going to take a quick break. Please listen to our wonderful sponsors who support Zeta Global Radio. We'll be back in a moment. Muscle Tuners International Incorporated presents the Energy Boost Self-Care Specialist Program. Become one today and facilitate others to use self-care techniques for energy, vitality, and resilience. Feel the body electric and experience more strength, flexibility, and mobility after a daily routine of these amazing techniques. They are easy to do and as important as exercise, drinking clean water, eating nourishing foods, and sleep. For more information and to register for this online and in-person program, go to muscletuners.fit. Please note there is limited seating for their first in-person seminar in Fort Myers, Florida on April 13th. Be one of the first Energy Boost self-care specialists in Florida today. Reserve your seat now at muscletuners.fit.
Theta healing is an energy modality that targets not only physical health issues, but also the underlying thoughts and emotions. It clears emotional roadblocks to bring us to full health and happiness. With an extensive background as a psychotherapist, spiritual coach, and Theta healing practitioner, Patty Wilson brings great empathy and insight to both her individual clients and the students she teaches to become certified Theta healing practitioners. Right now, as a special offer exclusive to ZGR listeners, Patty is offering a reduced price of $120 a session for both telephone and in-person appointments for new clients only. That's going to run through January 31st, 2019. If you are ready to learn more about how Theta healing can help you or your clients, please visit www.spiritualcoaching.ca or email spiritualcoach@hotmail.com today.
Are you experiencing pain in your everyday life? Do you feel like you are alone and no one understands you? Pain Help is a mind, body, and soul transformational program that can help you. Call Christy Owen now for a free consultation. 630-740-0312. 630-740-0312.
Welcome back to Zeta Global Radio. Thank you so much for being here today. We so appreciate you listening in and having the interest not only of what we're doing, what we're talking about, but also, hopefully, if you're in the Florida area, we're talking about here today the Health and Wellness Fair put on by yours truly and my wonderful team at the Holistic Chamber of Commerce of Southwest Florida, which is 3 chapters actually. Naples and Fort Myers and Cape Coral and in all the cities in between. Everybody's welcome to join in this wonderful effort to bring forward all the gifts that so many of our listeners either take part in or are themselves healers and practitioners. And we're doing it under the auspices of the wonderful organization that Camille Leone has started. And we mentioned earlier in the show, that Camille herself, the founder of the entire organization, she'll be on in the upcoming weeks here. So stay tuned for that. For now, we'd love to introduce you to a wonderful, wonderful woman. She's been on the show now a couple times throughout the last 4 years. I can't believe 4 years we are here with Zeta Global Radio. And she has been here for a couple of those years of the journey. Welcome back, Heather Phillips. She's the Vice President and co-founder of Muscle Tuners International, Inc. She is also, I'm proud to say, on the business development team, the leadership team of our Naples chapter. And she is a wonderful human being on many levels, but she's also the sponsor, one of our main sponsors of this health and wellness fair. So she's very involved. Let's bring her back. Let's talk again about Muscle Tuners International and this wonderful fair we have coming up on April 6th.
Thank you so much for having me back, Lainey.
Yes, and I know you're calling in from Canada, and we do have a lot of Canadian listeners, so that's exciting. But you kind of come between here and there. So let's talk about what you do in both places and everywhere else where Muscle Tuners makes an impact on people.
Well, Muscle Tuners International is a training organization that helps professionals and lay people alike switch on muscles first to make sure that the body's performance is at its optimum during performance and recovery industry. So, for instance, we want to switch on the body-brain connection. So that's the neuromuscular integration, and we use muscle monitoring in order to determine that. And there's 7 techniques that we teach to switch the muscles on before a rehab, before massage, before a workout, before physiotherapy. So we're basically a training organization that is really dedicated to switching on muscles first and getting that message out to the professionals and public alike.
You know, thank you for that. And you just touched on something that perked my ears up. And it's not only for performance, but you said for recovery. So what does that mean exactly for those who might have heard that as well and wondered, how do switching muscles on support my recovery, not just during active time?
Well, recovery happens in 2 senses. Recovery can happen after an injury, which an injury can be acute or it can be chronic. An acute injury is, heaven forbid, you fell down the stairs and you sprained your ankle, or you were playing baseball and you slid into first base or second base or third base or home, and you dinged your knee on the base and you hurt your knee. Those are acute. Chronic is the overuse, so the overworking of a particular body part, and it often puts strain on a joint, and so you could have knee pain, elbow pain, shoulder pain, ankle pain. And it could be as a result of prolonged use, walking or physical activity of any kind, either on the job, an assembly line, or simply a sport, or your everyday activities. So recovery from those types of injuries, but also recovery from the fitness program itself. So you could, for instance, be doing a rigorous workout. I know that you're a spin instructor, so I'm sure you could relate to recovery after a spin class. And the better you're in shape, the faster you recover. But what if you actually had the muscles switched on before your workout? I would think that the recovery process would be faster for you.
Well, I'm looking forward to that because I have enrolled in your newly launched Energy Boost Self-Care Specialist program. Do you want to touch a little bit on that, and then we'll talk about what you'll be doing at the Holistic Chamber of Commerce Health and Wellness Fair? Because this is exciting, especially for the people in Florida, because you'll be doing your first one here on April 13th. So we're excited. I'm enrolled. Let's tell people more about that program.
I'm super excited about sharing the self-care techniques with more people and having those people teach more people and those people teach more people. I had back surgery when I was 20, which was quite a few decades ago at this point, and I managed my back and the health of my back with a lot of self-care, body-brain connection techniques. And so I've developed, and I've also acknowledged other people who've developed them as well, but I have used a lot of the techniques myself over the decades. And what I decided to do was put a business in a box. So which was put 20-plus techniques together and train people how to use them and put them online. So 15 of them are already online, and 5 of them are free already. And 10 of them are $16 US, 22 Canadian, and the other 5 plus one are in production right now, going to be ready for the Holistic Chamber of Commerce Health and Wellness Fair on April the 6th. So I'm really excited about that. And on April the 13th, I'm going to fulfill the in-person or customer service portion of that online program, the Energy Boost Self-Care Specialist Program, by being in Fort Myers at the Lotus Blossom Clinic on April the 13th to provide the rest of the program and the practice for the people who enrolled. And I'm really excited. We have had a really great response, and there is limited space, I might add, because of the clinic's limited space there. And if we get more than 10 people, we're going to be asking Lotus Blossom to provide an extra day for us. So I'm really excited about that.
That's wonderful. So I had mentioned earlier, actually, when we were interviewing Deb Martin on the first segment, who is co-owner of Lotus Blossom Clinic, we had talked about the event, the fair. And not only do we have a myriad of all, or not all, but a good portion of vendors and exhibitors who are our members, but we also have the panels, as Deb had mentioned, and then we're doing the movement on the patio. And so that was a series of yoga classes, qigong classes, and I mentioned muscle tuners. So what will you be doing out on the patio? I know you'll be doing it throughout the day, a couple different sessions.
I'm going to be focused on the Energy Boost Self-Care portions and the techniques that are part of the Energy Boost Self-Care Specialist Program, because anybody can do the self-care techniques, and I want to impress upon people that they are self-care and you can do this. And this doesn't mean that you don't go to professionals. It just means you have an edge when you do, because you're already going to be doing some of the self-care techniques that I personally have practiced over the years, and it's been a huge impact, positive impact on my physical well-being. Literally has probably changed my life. Now, I didn't live without the self-care, so I don't have that to compare to, but I am a phys ed major, and I did do physical activity as a young woman, and at the age of 20 had the surgery, and then had to recover from surgery and also needed to get my strength back. And the body-brain connection was really important, both academically, because I was going through for my degree, but also physically. And I really don't know where I'd be if I didn't have these self-care techniques. But I also saw a chiropractor and a naturopath and a massage therapist and all of the things that you'd relate to the care of your physical well-being. The Health and Wellness Fair, I'm going to be taking 20 minutes and 30 minutes, possibly more, but definitely 30-minute segments, and putting people through a routine of the self-care program that other self-care facilitators and specialists could do with the public as well. And it's a taste of what you could bring into your office, what you could bring into a corporation, what you could bring into a hospital, what you could bring into a community center, a retirement community, a youngsters like a YMCA, YWCA, any place that has movement as part of their program or wants to have movement as part of their program, this would fit really well. So I'm going to be demonstrating what that could look like in the workplace and at a community center.
At the fair. That's terrific. What I was going to mention before was that you've mentioned a few times about what had happened to you earlier, and I will reference back. You can all go to ZetaGlobalRadio.com and as well as our Zeta Continuum YouTube channel, either one. But we do have an archive of the show that we did a while back called From Trauma to Triumph. And half the show does feature Heatlth Phillips, and she tells her story and really shares heartfelt of how, because of her injuries and surgeries and her recovery, how it changed the scope of her life and where she is now with Muscle Tuners International and becoming a speaker and all the good things that you're doing now for yourself and for everyone, really, that comes into contact with your work. So I just want everyone to go back and listen to that show because it was so good, and it really sheds a lot of light on your background and where you are today as a result of it. So Thank you for that. And then thank you, of course, for being a sponsor of the Chamber. So let's talk about that for a minute. You do all these wonderful things, and you're also a key part of the Holistic Chamber of Commerce of Naples and really Southwest Florida, because not only do you share your muscle tuners, they're international incorporated information, but you also provide a really powerful service called Business Breakthroughs. You want to just touch on that real quickly?
So the Business Breakthroughs is all about providing and uplifting and empowering the Holistic Chamber of Commerce members to up-level and understand going from their passion to building a business with their passion. I think there's probably a lot of your listeners that can relate to having a hobby or having a wellness practice that is just a hobby. They help their friends and their family. They may not feel they have the expertise, or they don't have the permission from themselves to go out and make it a business. They don't know how to make it a business. So the Business Breakthroughs is all about helping people understand what's involved in bringing your passion to a business. And when you've made it a business, what does that look like? And who are your clients, and where do you want to practice? And do you want to practice on one-on-one, or do you want to be in a group? And what else can you offer the world if you do want to be an entrepreneur? Because to me, that's the first step. Do you really want to be an entrepreneur? Because that takes a whole that's a different mindset altogether. And I've been on both sides of the table. I have been an employee, and I have been an owner of a business. I prefer having the freedom of being a business owner. With that business, you absolutely need support. You can become really isolated as a business owner and entrepreneur, and that's why the Holistic Chamber of Commerce provides such a valuable service to the community, because we, holistic entrepreneurs, get to meet once a month, and we get to play together, and we get to do things together, and we get to shine bright and pool our resources and share it with the rest of the community who wants to join us, whether they are part of the Holistic Chamber of Commerce or just kind of want to hang out with us. It doesn't really matter. We are all in this together, and the Business Breakthrough is just there to say, you can do this. We know you can. If you need support, we're there to hold your hand.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for that. And those Business Breakthroughs are a monthly online. You can go to the Holistic Chamber of Commerce Naples and look at our event page for that. Thank you so much, Heather, for all you do for us. We're so looking forward to having you be major part of the Health and Wellness Fair on April 6th. We invite everyone who's listening to tell people, if they know people, if they're not in Florida themselves or Southwest Florida, please join us here 10 to 5 at the Crown Plaza Bell Tower in Fort Myers. Not only will we have movement on the patio and speakers all day long in the panel room, but we're going to have Carrie Ralston, who is here from Hope Clubhouse, and they are going to be doing plant-based food demos all day. And we have wonderful, wonderful food providers in Irene's Juice Bar and Mindful Meals, and we have Molly Mace and Jason Wex, who's providing wonderful conscious music. It's just, I was going to say, it's just going to be a stunning event. Proud to say, many of you know who listen, that we also support our project Music to the Earth. We'll be having an art gallery there, exhibiting many, many artists, including Lily Nava, who is the creator of our Music to Heal the Earth logo. We'll be exhibiting some of her original pieces. Really something for everyone. So thank you, everybody, for listening. Again, Heather, thank you so much for being here and all that you do to support humanity on so many levels. We'll see you at the fair. Any last seconds of words you want to say, Heather?
I'm grateful for the opportunity to be on your Zeta Global radio show and on your team for Holistic Chamber of Commerce. So thank you, Lainey, for all you do.
Thank you. All right. Blessings to you. Blessings to everyone. See you next week. You'll be listening to us. And, of course, we hope to see you at the fair. Take care.